guys, so today's video is about a slightly different topic than what I usually cover on my channel, but I've been kind of switching things up lately, so it's not really that different. Also, ignore my hair. It looks greasy. It's wet. I literally just took the towel off my head, and I'm not going to dry my hair because I can't be bothered to. Subscribe with that bell, like, comment for engagement, and let's just get into it. So if you guys haven't been on twitter.com, or if you're just not part of that community, which is Twitch. Like, if you just are not an avid watcher of Twitch, this could have just skipped you by. Like, you probably just have no clue what's going on. But I'm here to bring the news to you because I think it's actually pretty interesting. So if you guys don't know, gambling and streaming have been going kind of hand in hand lately. In the last, I'd say like a year or two, it's really reached a height. I never really used to associate Twitch with gambling. It used to purely be like gaming for me. I think like that's just kind of, maybe that's just the content that I consumed. It was either like gaming, people reacting to videos, and then in the last kind of 2 years, Twitch has definitely expanded into other topics like politics, or like I said, reaction, chatting videos, just standing around doing the devil's tango, you know, whatever floats your boat. Gambling has kind of been like a recent thing. It's not content that I consume. I personally don't like watching people gamble. Like, what am I gaining from that? I don't know. Do I like going to the casino every now and then, have a few drinks, play blackjack? Of course. Am I addicted? No, luckily, because if you guys don't know, gambling is actually an addiction. So I actually want to preface this video with gambling is an addiction. A lot of people that gamble have ideations about doing things that are pretty permanent. So it's a very serious topic. Like, I just want to get into this being like, this is serious, and I think it should be treated like an addiction. Like, that's what it is. And I think we should be angry but at the same time also have the nuance and the grace of understanding that people in this situation are addicts and they will behave as such. So I just want to preface all of that. But anyway, gambling. I don't watch people gamble. I barely gamble myself. I don't bet. I don't do any of that. So I actually have no like personal, you know, but I can kind of understand, like, I've never been addicted to anything, but I can understand how you can get there and how that impacts your life. So there is a guy that we're going to talk about. His name's Slicker. He's a Twitch streamer and he gambles. Apparently mainly it's sports betting rather than like the actual typical gambling that happens on stream lately with coin slots and poker and blackjack and roulette. He mainly just bets on like sports. I also think with the streaming gambling, it's exciting because I don't know if you guys knew this. A lot of the people that stream on Twitch gambling are actually sponsored by the brands that they gamble with. When you go on Twitch and you look through the gambling streams, you see the same companies coming up, the same websites being used, and that is for a reason. And that's because a lot of streams are sponsored, which means that they either get a commission every time you gamble through kind of their link, which is crazy. Like, just like knowing how addictive gambling is, to then put like a commission on it. And I keep on trying to think, I keep on thinking about a different kind of addiction that I can't really bring up on YouTube, but I just think like if there was a commission on different kind of addictions, like, but then I guess that's what dealing is, and you know, there's a lot of nuance with this topic. But anyway, a lot of them either will have commission-based kind of money being made through, I guess you could call them affiliate links, or they will not spend their own money. So they will sit there for hours on end on stream gambling, and you know, the highs of winning and the lows of losing, but actually the money isn't theirs. And the company essentially just gives them unlimited resources to just be like, gamble and make it look exciting. But there are no stakes because there is no loss. There is no win either, but I mean, the donations, the subs on Twitch, all of that, like they get paid from doing that, but they don't have to actually spend money on the gambling. So there is no like addiction there because there is no excitement about if they actually lose or win because the money isn't really theirs. And it's just, it's like fake money, right, on the internet, except the people that then go ahead and do it based on being inspired by these streamers are actually using their own money. And sorry, my dog just hit the tripod. But they're also not getting subs and donations for this. And they're also not getting an affiliate commission. They're just losing. And if you guys don't know, if you gamble, you lose most of the time. Like, you do not win. You might hit a jackpot every now and then, and that's how addiction starts, is they'll hit a jackpot once, and then instead of just leaving with the win, they'll continue gambling, and that's when you start losing. Mainly with casinos have to make a profit. They're actually a business, so they wouldn't just let you win forever. I know that there is, I think, like the first hour or two in a casino, you might win, and then after that, the chances of you winning go lower and lower, and at some point you're just losing. There is no like, you stay there 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, you're gonna lose, and you're gonna keep on losing because that's how casinos work. And you actually, there are even some theories theories about the fact that like casinos and these gambling websites, they will ban you if you win too many times or things like that. Like, you know, these are all theories, so we're just kind of throwing these things out there, but it's just what I've heard. Mainly with I've heard this from sports betting as well, that if you win one too many times or you win a big amount, your accounts will just get banned, whether that be your IP address, just your one device, or your whole home address will just get banned, because these companies don't particularly want you to win. Because like I said, it is a business, it's not a charity, they're not just giving money away. This streamer, Slicker, is addicted to gambling and he was losing a lot of money. And he actually went and he did like interviews with a few streamers on Twitch when this first came out, and he talked about how the most he's won, like a jackpot, is about 20k, and that's the most he's ever won, like in one go. It would get to the point where he would win, like give some money to his dad and then take it back from him because he didn't have any money to gamble. And it was just like the panic of like always needing to gamble, right? So he's addicted to gambling, he's losing money because that's what happens with gambling. In order to continue gambling, he now has to get money. So he starts reaching out to streamers, fellow streamers, friends that he kind of knows in the industry, and he starts spinning a story. But the story is different for everyone. So it'll be, I allegedly have taxes that I owe, that was a mistake from the IRS, and now like, oh sorry, he's British, HM Revenue, and like they're saying I owe this and like it's not gonna get resolved for a while, and now I don't have anything to, can you please send me money, like I need 5k, 6k, 7k, and he knows that these streamers make a lot of money, so it's a very easy ask. It's as if I asked my friend for like £6, like hey, can I get £6? HM Revenue's after me. So the 6k, 7k, 8k, the most he got from one person, let me just get this up. The most he got was from Luke AFK, who gave him 27k. Ludwig also got Trainwreck, which, if you guys want to hear about that Trainwreck, Twitch has really been on it was like there was nothing going on for a while, and then suddenly just like everyone on Twitch is just like falling apart, but like in the worst ways possible. We have gambling scams, we have SA allegations with Trainwreck, we have SA cover-up allegations with Myra and Misfit, we have a bunch of stuff. So he lost 100k, but he's in a bit of a train wreck right now with SA allegations, and many others, some more, some less, just depending on how much how much he knew he could ask of them and how much they could give him. Like I said, he started with streamers that he kind of knew, in real life friends, and then it was friends of friends and like friends of streamers that he knew. And then at some point, even viewers of the streamers, he would go into these streamers' Discord servers and ask their viewers for money. Some of the viewers were broke themselves, but just, you know, heard that he, I don't know, had a sick mum and he needed to travel, but he needed money for travel because he, you know, or hospital fees. He would give these crazy stories that were fake. They were fake. He just needed money for gambling and he was completely fine. Other than that, he just needed to stop gambling but couldn't because of the addiction. There was even allegedly a cancer patient who was saving up for chemo that gave him money because they felt bad because of the story that he spun. Now, we know that he was doing this and we know that the excuses he was giving were true because he actually was sending videos to people of him asking for money.
Yo, Typhoon, what's up, baby? I hope you don't hate me on this. It's so cringe, and I'm cringe for asking my brother. Please do not hate me.
No.
Please, keep it personal as well. Basically, my bank account got locked. This has happened for like 3-4 days. I've been asking around people. Sadly, tomorrow is the last day until my...
Just a quick pet peeve. I don't mean to immediately cut him off. I hate videos that are like this. The pretending to look busy. Oh, it's also really low, isn't it? I still have it set on volume from last night here, sorry. I hate it. Like, he's just acting like he's got things going on, like shuffling around the house at a weird angle. Oh, it's just such a weird vibe. Like, if you're gonna film a video, just sit still and do it. Don't just like wander around aimlessly like an NPC glitching out in a quest line. It's just much simpler.
Fucked up. It got locked out, and I was looking for people that actually work and that I could ask if I could borrow from, and I'll pay back. Genuinely, give me 2 months and I can pay back. If you can't, no worries, my brother. If you can, but please, don't feel forced to say yes. Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't get in the call to do this. I feel genuinely embarrassed. I've asked a few streamers, they couldn't help, and
oh,
yeah,
don't be embarrassed. Okay. No shame.
So I just went out, asked a few subs I've noticed, and yeah, that's why I also asked for your age,
because a lot of people would block him because they thought he was hacked. You know, when usually a big account gets hacked, the first thing the hackers will do is ask random people for money or ask people for favors or kind of that thing. So if he was just sending messages, it looked like he was being hacked. So he started sending videos being like, hey bro, like, I need to travel to see my sick mom and like I need money, but I'm locked out of my account because bank accounts in the UK are like really crap and like they've blocked me for spending too much money and I need money. And we saw all of these things unravel slowly and more victims of him started coming out on Twitter and it just became mayhem. Now, if you're wondering what was going on, in my mind, and I'm not accusing him of any like criminal activity because I don't actually want to get sued, but it almost gives me like pyramid scheme vibes where he essentially would take money from one person. So it started with him just asking, you know, one random streamer like, hey, can I get $2,000? He would take that $2,000, gamble it and lose. But now he owes this streamer $2,000. So like, and he still doesn't have money to gamble. So now he has to go to another streamer and ask for 4K because now if he wins, he has to give both of them money back, right? And maybe keep some. He would lose that as well. So he'd go to another streamer and be like, hey, can I get 6K? Because then at that point, if I like put it in, I can pay these people back and then keep some to keep on gambling, right? And it became a thing of like taking from one to pay off another and then taking from another to pay off those two and then taking from another to pay off those. And then it just became a pyramid scheme. It's more than like an MLM that he was trying to start here. Like it's crazy. So people started connecting the dots because like some viewers be like, hey, like did he ask you for money as well? Yeah, he asked me for money. He gave me this reason. He gave you this reason. Those reasons are not the same. And then viewers started getting on Twitter and then people, like the streamers of those viewers would be like, hey, like I was asked for money as well. And now people are talking on Twitter about how they've been asked for money, but the reasons are all different. And people started talking about it and all those videos started coming out. And that's how we found out. Now, altogether, he owes over $300,000, probably close to 360K at this point. It's still kind of undefined. Like people are trying to calculate and figure it out because there are so many people that he owes money to. It's difficult to obviously calculate all of it. So there's another streamer now involved in this who actually gambles. That's like his main thing on Twitch is gambling on Twitch. And that's what he does mainly. So it's like his main source of income. Like I want to make that very clear. So XQC is, obviously I don't watch these gambling streamers, but he's a massive one. I've heard of him before. Massive gambling streamer. He offered to cover 50% of what people got scammed for. And now Ludwig is getting involved as well to cover some of the expenses as well because he did get scammed as well. I think it's just really nice for these big streamers because they've got unreasonable amounts of money that they're making. So like, you know, this is the least they can do. But now in my mind, it's like, it's really nice that these people are going to get money quickly because obviously Slicker is not going to get this money back very soon. Like clearly he's gambled away over $300,000. He's not going to get this money back anytime soon. So these people would have to wait ages to get any of the money back. Now, these streamers, yeah, they can live without this money. It sucks that he scammed them, but these people can like live. It's the people that like were saving up for chemotherapy that like clearly need this money more. And he's not getting this money back anytime soon if he continues gambling mainly. So it's nice that XQC is getting this money back and like trying to help people out. Now, some people, maybe even me, but I know some people are thinking like this is very good PR for XQC because there were talks now happening around gambling on Twitch. His main thing is gambling on Twitch. That's how he makes a lot of money, a fuckload of money. So Twitch is getting a really bad rep now for gambling. Gambling on Twitch is getting a very bad rep. Sponsored gambling on Twitch is getting a very bad rep. He is the main player in streaming gambling on Twitch. So XQC's great PR here. And I'm trying to take away from the nice thing that he's doing. Absolutely, like, I'm so happy that he's giving the money back to people and, like, trying to help out and yada yada. This is just a separate theory. It's a very good PR move for him to be like, hey, like, I know gambling is bad on Twitch, but I'm going to do it and do something good with it to help these people out, to try and maybe lower the blow almost on Twitch about gambling, because there were talks about banning gambling on Twitch altogether or just banning sponsored gambling, which he takes part in both of those things. Like I said, the theories now are either all of gambling should be banned on Twitch, sponsored gambling should be banned on Twitch, and some people are saying you should exercise personal responsibility and personal autonomy, and just because other people gamble doesn't mean you should. So there are 3 camps here of people at 3 different like levels of responsibility here. Now, what has happened? Crazy things have happened. Let me just tell you guys that much. So I was on Twitter and I was following this whole thing. Pokimane actually tweeted out basically saying that gambling, just gambling as a whole, should be banned on Twitch. And Pokimane is kind of the golden child of Twitch. Like, she very rarely does anything, and Twitch seems to be on really good terms with her. She always re-signs with them when it comes to the partner contracts and yada yada. So it always seems like they've got a pretty good relationship. So when Pokimane speaks up, people are like, oh, this might actually end up going somewhere. So she speaks up and says like, hey, I think gambling should just be banned on Twitch. And Hassan Piker has the same opinion. He was like, I think gambling should be banned on Twitch. Twitch then posts a statement. Once I planned my whole video, Twitch posted a statement saying an update on gambling on Twitch, not sponsored gambling, gambling. Gambling content on Twitch has been a big topic of discussion in the community and something we've been actively reviewing since our last policy update in this area. Today we want to update you on our plans. While we prohibit sharing links or referral codes to all sites that include slots, roulette, or dice games, now that is something they've done. They banned putting in those commission links. So if you wanted to make a commission off your gambling affiliate link, you had to almost put the link somewhere else and like direct your people. So you'd be like, I'm gambling right now, but like if you want my affiliate link, it'll be on Twitter or it'll be somewhere else or it'll be on my Discord server. Like you couldn't put it on Twitch. So it was a roundabout way of making money. And it was obviously made more difficult by Twitch. So that's something that they did ages ago that people are kind of upset about. We've seen some people circumvent these rules and expose our community to potential harm. Like I said, they would put it in Discord servers or Twitter or in their link trees or yada yada. You know, they would still get these affiliate links out there, just not as like on Twitch, but people are still getting around the rules, right? So we'll be making a policy update on October 18th to prohibit streaming of gambling sites that include slots, roulette, or dice games. Those are the main ones. Obviously, people are still allowed to play poker, but that seems to be a more skill-based game, and people are still allowed to play blackjack, which is, once again, a more skill-based game. But the main, most exciting gambling streams are around roulettes, slots, and dice games, because they're so quick. They don't require any skill. It's just press, go, press, go, press, go. It's just on repeat, and it's more exciting. It's quicker. The results come in quicker than a whole game of poker, right? But that is also what fuels the addiction. It's the pressing of the, oh, another one, you know, it's quick. That aren't licensed either in the US or other jurisdictions that provide sufficient consumer protection. These sites will include stake.com, rollbit.com, duelbits.com, and rubet.com. And these are like the main players in, why is my face so itchy? These are the main players in Twitch streaming gambling content. Like these, they've pretty much covered the main websites. However, we may identify others as we move forward. If any pop up that aren't these four, they might just get thrown in there by Twitch. We will continue to allow websites that focus on sports betting, fantasy sports, and poker. So they're drawing the line at like these three because they're not as addictive in the sense of like, it takes longer to make a sports bet. You have to get through the whole match or whatever it is that you're betting on. It's not so quick and it doesn't happen as often, and you can't bet 1,000 times in one stream, but you can pull a slot machine 1,000 times in one stream if you really wanted to. That's where the addictive, I guess, mindset comes from. It's just a continuous clicking. Whereas if you're betting on a football match, that's 90 minutes you have to wait. And then what, you're gonna just keep on betting again? And then, no, like you have your team that you bet on, yada, yada, whatever. You get what I'm saying. We'll share specifics on the update to our gambling policy soon, including the full policy language to make sure everyone is clear on our new rules before they take effect on October 18th. People are pissed, but you know who's not pissed? Pokimane. Pokimane replies to that and says, let's go. Hassan quote tweets it and says, W. She also quote tweets her own tweet about banning gambling and says, we did it, y'all. Public pressure, tweets raising awareness, it all matters. Aiden Ross, someone who, he doesn't do mainly gambling content, but he has dabbled in that scene on Twitch. Like, I don't think he's against gambling on Twitch. And he said, no more gambling on Twitch, but at least we can see a girl getting on stream once a week, which is in reference to a woman that was having sex on stream, and then she was banned only for 7 days, which some people are saying it's worse than gambling, but like sex addiction versus gambling addiction, Twitch addiction, no, gambling addiction, bit different. Like, I get that she broke TOS, but when you look at the overarching effect, her having sex on stream isn't going to have as much of a detrimental effect on people watching it as someone watching someone gamble away hundreds of thousands of dollars and then being inspired to gamble as well. So I guess that's what people's mindset is. I'm not for or against either of those things. I'm just putting out the ideas, putting them forth. And then Corinna Kopf actually gets involved, and she has been gambling on stream as well. I guess it's easy content as well. That's no shade. It's just easy to gamble money if you have money. Someone basically tweeted out Pokimane's 2021 room tour, where in the back there was like a slots gambling thing. It wasn't a gambling stream. She just had something on in the background that kind of looked like gambling, and someone tweeted that out, basically being like, haha, Pokimane, like, this you, which that's people's favorite thing to do on Twitter, is like, this you. Corinna Kopf quote tweets that and says, probably should delete, promotes gambling at Pokimane. I don't even know what I think. I think gambling is a serious addiction. It's clearly a serious issue. It gets to the point where people are scamming people for almost $400,000. So clearly it's an issue, but was banning all of gambling the shout? You know, how many streamers are now just not going to stream? Or they're going to lose a massive chunk of their audience because they have nothing else to show on stream other than gambling. So obviously that sucks, but at the same time, like, why are we promoting an addiction? Something that is detrimental to people's lives, something that is detrimental to people's relationships, their financial stability, their future. Like, you know, we gotta weigh these pros and cons. I'm personally not into gambling. I wouldn't promote gambling. I wouldn't make money off gambling, and I wouldn't stream gambling because I just don't think that is the influence that I want to have on people. But that is my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Subscribe to the bell, like, comment for engagement, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.